Um, 15 seconds too long. Now I know. It's like 10 seconds or 15. I'm like, well, I don't know how long it's going to take me to switch over. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Canadian Brick Builders. Matt and me, weekly chat 239. Matt is, I won't make a comment about that's the same shirt I saw 2 days ago but it makes sense. And on that note, thank you, Matt, for bringing that up already. We have an extra special guest in the scene, and that's the Blue Jay score. I just sit there the whole time. You were napping,
Yes.
So you didn't see the beginning of the game. I turned on the beginning of the game, saw what I was watching, and thought, "Oh, this is a replay of yet like a previous day." First batter went up for the Jays, home run. Second batter went up for the Jays, home run.
Nice start.
I'm like, okay. So yeah, I am not a baseball fan. I have said this a few times. I'm not a sports fan necessarily, but I have watched every Jays game this week, including the 6.5 hour game I watched from beginning to end.
Did you really?
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't watch Saturday's game. I think I started a little bit later. No, Monday's game after the Canadian Brick or the old Great Bricks chat. I started watching it. I think I I started from fourth inning or something like that, or something like that. I haven't watched every game the whole one. But I have watched. I did watch the 7-hour game from start to finish.
It's like a second job.
Yeah, well, luckily I didn't have a lot going. That was the Monday night game, wasn't it?
Yes,
I think that was. So I did start watching that one from the beginning because Old Gray Bricks was on, and I had it playing in the background. Anyway, yes. So anyway, Matt, you have an Expos hat on and a Blue Jays shirt. I'm not going to complain.
I'm going full Canada.
Well, you're welcome to come join us. Apparently, you should come join us because Celine Dion is going to be apparently in my town, Peterborough, on 9th. And because Celine Dion is currently in Montreal, David Sincere will not be joining us because he likes Celine.
It's not Celine.
Fred? Oh my God, Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan.
My apologies.
You just talked down to the Canadian superstar Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least I got a Canadian superstar. I was gonna say, like, my apologies, Sarah McLachlan, if you're listening to this, which you're not because you're actually playing a concert right now. But if you come back and watch this later on, I loved you when I was younger. Had a little crush on you, I have to admit. But yeah. Hi, welcome, and sorry for calling you Celine Dion. I do not like Celine Dion's music that much, I'll be honest. Anyway, we have chats.
I had all of Sarah's like first four or five albums. Like I was
okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
I had
hello, Nate.
I had a crush on her too. So
there you go. I think most younger people, most gents did. Shall we say? Huh. I was thinking, and I didn't get a chance to do this, I was thinking I was just basically pulling up all of her song names on the side and trying to tie them into the chat as much as I could.
Yeah.
Like I wonder what Lego's I wonder if Lego's going to be building a mystery later this week or so, but then it was like, that seems like a little bit too much work.
Building a mystery.
LA scored.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah. You can one, I will remember you. I mean, there's a lot to work with.
Yeah, well, I did one in our chat earlier on. We will remember you. Yeah, I think I said we will remember you because I was, yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So yeah, David won't join us. I'm not sure if Mr. Cowdice will join us or not. He might be watching the Jays game. Although the last Jays game he was playing in the background. No, last Wednesday. Yeah, the Jays were playing last Wednesday, and he was in the back, or he could hear it from downstairs, but he joined us for the chat. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, so Matt, how have you been? What's new? How's your chat going? All that stuff.
So I broke my toe on Sunday. Oh, we'll do the chat. So
how's your day going? But breaking your toe, that was before the chat. So yeah.
So we had our third custom cap collector show, and we had a special guest, one of the hat designers who lives in California, and he agreed to come on. He had some new hats that came out, and so he came on to talk about his recolor pack that just came out, and just it was very engaging, a lot of fun. And then he also had a pack that shipped in the last month, and I ordered one of those, and it was based on his work sent him to South Africa to I don't know exactly what he does, but he went to South Africa for work, and the work trip only had him in South Africa for 3 days, and so he argued that he needed a fourth day to get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready was go on a safari. So,
okay.
They flew down, and like they had a spare day, and so he went on a safari trip in South Africa. And when he went on the trip, he learned that for safari tours they talk about the big five. So there's like 5 animals that people might see on a safari trip, and they were a lion, elephant, water buffalo, and a leopard and rhino. So those are like the big 5 animals, and it's extremely rare to see all 5. Like if you get to go on a safari, one day safari, and you see all 5, like you hit the jackpot.
Gotcha.
He saw 4 of 5, so he had a very successful safari as far as they went. So he came back, and he had an idea to do a hat, one for each type of animal. And they released these in 6, and so the 6th hat had a logo that had all 5 of the animals in one scene.
Cool.
And so he's the idea guy. So he's not an artist, but he's a concept guy. And so he reached out to a bunch of artists, and he was explaining that one artist was in Brazil, and one was in France, and another one was in all these different countries, different time zones.
And each one of those artists made one of the animal hats.
Correct. So 6 different artists.
6
different hats, and they were sharing here's what I'm sketching this. And so even though there were 6 different artists, there was a kind of cohesion across the designs, because they were all in the same group chat and just talking about what they were doing and where they wanted to go with it. And I personally own the leopard one, and then I just recently bought off some of the other collector the rhino one. And so it was just fun hearing him talk about working with artists and going from a concept to an actual finished product. And so that was a lot of fun. We ended up chatting for 2 hours, which I try to wrap it up in an hour and a half, but it was just a really fun conversation. So
cool.
Third show, very successful.
Awesome.
Maybe not in viewership
yet. Well, that takes time.
We enjoyed. We all had so that's the mark. I mean, I'm not doing this to I don't expect to ever make a dime off of this hat chat. So I'm just doing it because I like it. And then Sunday, this weekend, both my hockey leagues restarted. So I had a Friday game, which we won easily. Yeah. And then Sunday, which is the more competitive league, we played, which we ended up losing by 1 goal, even though we led it was tied, or we had a 1 goal lead. Ended up losing late, and I blocked a shot. I'm a defenseman. I block shots every game. I didn't think anything about it. And then Sunday, so that was Sunday night. Monday, I noticed that my big toe on my left foot was a little tender, and I thought, well, it's a bruise. My foot hadn't been in a skate for 3 weeks, maybe a little cranky. And then I already had a podiatrist appointment scheduled, because almost exactly a year ago, I had a very serious infection in the other foot's big toe.
Yeah, okay.
And it was so serious, they were talking about amputating my toe. I mean, it was all the way to the bone. So I was in the hospital for 5 days, and then I got out, and I had to get IV antibiotics for 6 weeks, and it killed the infection, saved the toe. Very, very thankful I didn't have to relearn how to walk and relearn how to skate, because that would have had to happen. So because I had that big scare, I will see a podiatrist every 3 months for the rest of my life. It's just maintenance. I'm diabetic, so I'm already at a higher risk. I nearly lost the toe. So it's just maintenance.
Yeah.
So I had a maintenance appointment already previously scheduled. So I was like, I'll say something about my toe. But I went in there and I said, it barely hurts. It looks purple. And it wasn't like all purple, but there was just a little bit of purple. And I said, I think I just bruised it, honestly. And, I don't think it's this big a deal. And he's like, I want to take some x-rays while you're here. So he's like, go down the hall and, just step on. They took a couple pictures and he goes, oh, you broke it. And this is the 4th time I've had a fracture in one of the 2 big toes from blocking shots in hockey. It just is, I've been playing.
Aren't the skates like armored a little bit, or like? Don't they have...
Yeah. I mean, there's a toe cap, and it's like thick. It's not quite steel toe boots, but it's a lot like that.
But the puck can still damage that. 3-1 for the Jays. Cool.
And so when the force hits that toe cap, sometimes the force, your toe's like right up against the interior. Yeah. So even though there's that protective,
it still bends. Yeah.
You still get like this kind of energy that transmits through the wall of the skate. And it wasn't front on the toe. It was like the side.
Yeah.
And so it's actually like on. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
it's the side of the big toe.
Yeah. So it might not have been as protected because it was the side. Well, man, you need armored skates, man.
And I said, and you can, there are skates that have like an extra, like coverage on the front.
Yeah. And
I said, the last time I broke it, I stayed off it for 2 weeks and it stopped hurting. I just went right back to playing hockey. Like even though the doctor's like, stay off it for weeks, I'm like, it feels fine. So I went back. And so this time I'm talking to the podiatrist and I was like, is it really going to be a month? And he's like, 2 weeks. And he's like, he didn't say it. He's like, dude, he didn't say dude, but he's like, look, where it's broken is where the ligament attaches right there. And he said, if you don't let it heal, we're going to have to do surgery. And I was like, okay, I don't want to. He's like, so I said, so I have to be good. And he goes, you have to be good.
Yeah.
So no cheating. I was like, okay, I don't want surgery. I already had a scare with one toe. I don't want to, do it with the other toe. So I go back in 2 weeks and they'll take progress x-rays. And, it might only be 3 weeks, but right now, no hockey for a month, which is a pretty big bummer. I had a 3-week break. I was very excited to play for both teams. And then, now I basically have to sit out to American Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I just signed up. So I'm in Atlanta and the nearest NHL team is in Nashville, which is about 4 hours from us. A group of people, they had from Atlanta, they do this every year. They go up and they go to the Nashville game Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah. So it's like people who are around, maybe they don't have like a bunch of family coming over.
Yeah.
So they go up to Nashville, they go to the Predators game, and then they skate on the NHL rink. So it's like a
afterwards, obviously.
And this this will be my 5th time on NHL ice. So I've done it twice in Washington D.C. and twice when Atlanta had a team. So this will be the 3rd NHL city ice I've skated on. The other 2 times we did it either right before or right after the pro skated. This we're actually doing it the next day at noon. Okay. So like the game is a 7:00 game Central. We're gonna skate at noon the next day. It's a Sunday, and then we'll drive back to Atlanta. But that's the weekend after Thanksgiving. So that may be my first time back on skates. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
If I go in 2 weeks and the doctor's like, it's not healing that fast, I'm going to have to back out and see if anybody wants to buy my spot. Because it's like $150 to buy the ticket.
Plus the night or the stay overnight and stuff too, right?
Which I haven't booked that yet. There's some of the people talked about like just getting together and like getting a B&B. So like, it's got like 2 bedrooms and a couch or something. Yeah. Just save dollars.
Oh, so you're going with some of your team members.
Well, that's but I mentioned it to Thomas, and first he was like, "Nah, I'm not going to go." Yeah. And then I told him 2 of my best friends, Ann and Kat, they're going, and then another good friend of mine, Adam, and his son Aaron, who's a college student, are going. So there's 5 of us that I've been friends with them for years. I've been friends with Adam when his son Aaron was born. That's how I've known Aaron his entire life. He's like 20 now, and that's how long I've known the 2 of them. So once he saw who was going, he's like, well, maybe I'll go with you. Like, that'll be kind of fun. Because Ann and Kat are big foodies. when they go somewhere, they do research and they'll go to like the best noodle restaurant, or they put in their research. To them, the food is like half of the trip when they go somewhere. So they always make a point, and they're good people. They're good friends of mine. So it should be fun. Knock on wood, I'll be allowed to skate and participate. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Walking around with a giant flip flop for the next month.
Yeah, cause Prince/Bricks, because I did see this pop up. Currently cause Prince, for the record, because he was just asking, or they were just asking. So is Jeff Dream play for the game tonight? I am watching the game because Toronto is my home team. Actually, well, Toronto is Canada's home team. So I have been watching the games on and off, mostly on, for the past week. Just the World Series. I do not watch sports normally. But yeah, I have it up today because this chat's probably going to last a little while, and I want to know what the score is. And I figured, hey, I can share it on the screen. So that's a Toronto Maple Leaf hat, Matt. I'm not a Maple Leaf. I'm not a Maple Leaf fan. Oh, that's a Raptors hat. Okay, fine.
But it's an NBA hat. It is a Raptors.
Oh, well, I saw the leaf on the front, so I just assumed it was a Leafs hat.
Yeah, no, it's the Maple. So I have an Expos hat. I have a Toronto Raptors hat, and I could have a Maple Leafs. Not a Maple Leafs. I do have a Maple Leafs hat, but I also have a Blue Jays hat, and it has like fall foliage on it.
Yeah.
I already wore it, so I already put it on my rack. I could go grab it, but
no, it's good. You showed it to us, I think.
And I wore this when I came up for Bricks in the Six. So this was a company. So it says Fresh Jays. Mm-hmm. And obviously the Jays is a reference to Blue Jays, but it's also a double meaning. So in the sneaker collecting world, Jays stand for Jordan. So if you get the Air Jordan sneakers, I'm not a sneaker guy, but if you get Air Jordans, you get Fresh Jays. You got Fresh Jordans.
Okay. So it's a combination of the two.
So it's it's a double. It's not really double entendre because that means kind of like sexy, but like it's a double meaning. So Fresh Jays are new Jordans, or you got like
gotcha. Yeah.
New baseball thing. So
it makes sense.
I broke it.
I like the wordplay.
I did wear this Monday because like I wear work clothes, and when I come home, I just I change into a t-shirt. So I'm
not bugging you about it. I'm just
you're shaming me.
Well, no, I'm understanding. I mean, maybe you're wearing the shirt every day the Jays play because then it's your good luck thing.
I came home at like 6, and I'm like, I'm just putting the shirt on I wore on Monday because they play tonight, so I was like, I'll wear it. I knew I was going to be on the Brick Builder, so I'll put it on.
Are we trading World Series for Lord Stanley Cup with us having won it? I mean, again, this week, World Series. After that, maybe next week I'll be like, go Jays. But that's about it. After that, the next time they were in the World Series, for the record, 32 years ago, 32, 36, I can't remember. It was the 92, 93 series.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 32.
I mean, Toronto's baseball team already has more championships in my lifetime than the hockey team does. Because
in my lifetime,
they had 0 in my 55 years of
same here. And as we found out last week, the last time the Leafs won was the year before Dave was born.
Yeah,
Dave Cowdays, and they haven't won a game since. So his wife needs to make a decision. Leafs, who she is a huge fan. She has season's tickets, or husband. No, I'm not 6'7"ing.
But you know what that is?
Yeah, I watched the internets. So yes, we've been talking about sports and hats and feet and not feet in that way, but anyway, broken feet.
How's the excitement level even in Peterborough? People are very excited about the World Series.
I don't leave my house really, Matt. But I work from home. I go to the grocery store every couple of days, but I don't see people walking around at 8 a.m. wearing Blue Jay apparel.
They should.
Well, they should, but I mean, I've seen it, but it's also really hard to get because as soon as they got closer to the finals, Blue Jays apparel is selling out everywhere. So
when I moved here, the first time the Atlanta Falcons went to the Super Bowl, you couldn't buy anything with the Falcons logo on it.
Yeah.
Because the joke was in Atlanta we have a lot of transplants like myself. I wasn't born here,
Yeah.
And so all the transplants went out to buy something with the Falcons logo on it because they didn't own anything. But the local team was in the Super Bowl, so they were like, "I gotta wear a Falcons thing." Like you couldn't find any
Yeah.
Falcons stuff anywhere because everybody went out to go buy something.
One of the Lego people in Ontario, in Toronto area, took a picture on Instagram a couple of weeks back, or like last week, or earlier this week. There was a lineup outside the Blue Jays merchandise store in the Skydome in the Rogers Center, for 3 hours for people trying to buy merchandise.
Wow.
And it's like I don't know how much merchandise they have, if they when they got there, if they actually got anything or not. But anyway, so yeah, we're here to talk about Lego. So we probably should do that. We're our weekly chat 239, which I did say earlier. But talk about Minecraft and the Goonies sets because they were both released this week. And I believe, based on my data from 2023, because I didn't do it last year, usually around November 1st, all the new sets for 2026, for the next year, start being revealed. So we're 1 week away from that. Obviously, we don't have much to talk about that, but the excitement is building, at least for me and maybe for Matt. Matt likes new sets and new parts. And for me,
new modular. I'm waiting on that.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's true too. And maybe for Mr. Sincere, because they might have a new helicopter, but we'll see. Cos Prince used to work in retail when the Packers went away or went anywhere. It was nuts. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the sports fandom can get crazy at times, especially when your teams are winning. So, and I mean, it makes it worse as well because for the Blue Jays, it's the only Canadian team. So there's people across the country that are trying to get Blue Jays apparel to support the team. So anyway, so yeah. As for me, we kind of talked about what you were working on. As for me, it's been a semi-quiet week. I say that. Let's pull this guy up. Look, I can even do that.
No chimney reconstruction.
No chimney reconstruction. No. I was watching the game. This was the first game one, which I posted on Canadian Brick Builders. That's why I took the picture. I was at my girlfriend's, and I'm like, no, I'm not watching sports in our group chat. I thought it was kind of funny. Oh, that is chimney. That's the wrong way. My tree in backyard, a couple of weeks ago, I showed a picture of the tree full of leaves. This was it on Monday night. And then after hold on. No, that was not Monday. That would have been Sunday night. And then Monday. Weird. I did actually take a picture of me getting all the leaves out of there. Anyways, forget that. I have been working on the house again a little bit. I ordered some parts on Monday, I think it was. They'll be here tomorrow. A lot of the brick pieces, or the masonry brick pieces. But I was working on garage doors, and I am going to attempt to open the file as we're talking. So if I get choppy, you know why. But I'll do that just in the background. I also on Old Gray Bricks on Saturday or on Monday night, I didn't really have much to do, so I ended up building the Bugatti set, which is right here. Sorry, hold on. I lost my the chat came up. The studio app came up in front of my chat, so I couldn't get it back for a second. So yeah, I built the Bugatti set. I didn't do the stickers, but it is a pretty nice set. I like the prints on the front, like for the lack of it, because they don't give you stickers. Obviously, the tail end's got no brake lights because those are stickers. But it was a decent set. But I thought there was something weird going on because the wheel caps, there's 8 of them in the bag like normal. But I'm like, oh wait, they gave me 8 of the same one. That's really weird. And then I realized, oh no, they're actually different directions. But it's weird to me because I'm going to go back to full screen. I put 2 and 2 on, and these are different wheel caps. Are they? Did I put the same ones on the same side? Oh, that's why it's weird to me. I put the same ones on both sides. Forget it. I'm an idiot. Uh, I obviously got that confused and did it wrong. So, um, and then I also we have Canadian Brick Builder or Bricks in the Sixes coming up in a couple of weeks, and I parted out 5 boxes of classic brick into my Bricklink store a few months back, and I have 5 of these big cardboard boxes. So we have there's a new yard sale slash like basically a place where we can advertise our stores or whatever in the Discord channel for Bricks in the Six. So I said, hey, I've got 5 of these boxes. Does anybody want them? And I'm not charging anybody. I'm just getting rid of them because I don't need them and I don't want to throw them out because they are Lego, and all 5 of them are spoken for now, which is awesome. So, and then there's a whole bunch of pictures of my son who turned 19 today. Happy birthday, kiddo. Who yesterday he's in Army Cadets, and when you turn 19, you're kicked out. So I got a whole bunch of pictures, which I'm just gonna quickly jump through because I just took lots of pictures of him. This was basically his leaving ceremony. He got mugged.
So do they do that for each cadet then? Like instead of graduation, they have a like expulsion?
Yeah, when they hit 18, yes. And sorry, his girlfriend. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, and he got one of the cadets made him a duck. Or his mom drives a Jeep, so he's always in the Jeep, like he's driving it. So they made him a duck, and when she made him the duck, she bought a duck wearing a crown to symbolize the patch on the cadets' hats, which was absolutely awesome. So, anyways, and that's all the pictures. I didn't need to show all those because I thought there was something else after that, but there wasn't. So, anyway,
surprise.
Should we jump into the news?
Yes,
we might as well. Let me just queue up something here. I gotta hide chat for a minute. Sorry.
I think we should play that. I don't know if it's used in Canada, but in the U.S. they use a Sarah McLachlan song for the protecting the animals, the ASPC.
Oh yeah, I Will Remember You. No,
right. And it's like this very sad music, and you're like pretty little puppy dogs and kitties, and everybody's like, "Don't make me cry, Sarah."
Yeah, we do they? Is the song that they play? I Will Remember You.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think it's In the Arms of an Angel. I think that's.
Oh yeah. That's the right one. Yes. Yeah, we have that too.
Okay.
Apparently, it crosses borders.
It's global.
It's global for sure. Look, and I've been using these the scenes that they have on StreamYard.
Okay.
So that's our regular screen, and then this isn't much difference, but then there's this one. Anyways, so I'm playing with that.
I need to get better at that for my cap show to figure out how to do more backdrops and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, the reason why I did that was because I saw there was a countdown feature now, so I was like, oh, that was how we started the chat. So anyway, but yeah, that scrolling. This is the news at the bottom is definitely got to go. Again, I was playing with it. That doesn't help either. Okay. All right, let's jump into the news. Just opening chat back up, so it's there. Okay. All right. Not a lot. I mean, we have a lot because there's the Minecraft sets and stuff, but and as of tomorrow, the 30th, there will be something new. Lego Ideas announcement. Lego teases the biggest Lego Ideas announcement ever on October 30th. So tomorrow, Lego has released a teaser for the upcoming Lego Ideas announcement, which they say is for the biggest review announcement ever. It'll be this Thursday, October 30th, the first 2025 review stage, which had 57 projects. So this isn't the big one that had over 100. This is the one that only had 57. When they say it's the biggest announcement, it could either mean the project is the biggest one that has ever won, or it could mean the number of projects that have been passed is the most ever. The video itself shows 6 Lego designers, so that could hint at 6 projects passing. Whatever it is, there's only a few days away. So yeah, and I quickly, they show 6 designers, and then it shows a grid of the 6 of them saying we can't wait. So to me, there's 6 idea sets coming up. I don't know if that's makes
I
sense.
think you're
Question is, what are the 6? Right? Like, we're not going to go through and figure it out, but
and where there'll be bricks in the 6.
ooh, there will probably be bricks in those 6. Nice segue. Graham would be proud. All right. Next up, the Lego is celebrating the 70 Lego system of play. It celebrates 70 years. So it was 70 years ago. Lego introduced the system of play, and it's been at the heart. Sorry.
System.
Oh,
sorry.
That's okay. I'm used to being interrupted. Remember, we have David Sincere in our chat normally.
Well, I watched one of the documentaries, and they were kind of making a joke about how often Lego employees use the word system. So they kind of like cut it. So they were like, it's Lego system, Lego system, Lego system.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Lego introduced the system in play. It is at the heart, at the heart of how we build today. Lego has released a feature showing the different types of houses throughout the years using the Lego system in play. From the first one being the town plan to one of the more recent ones, the modern house. So you got Belleville. They've got one of the 70s sets, the town plan, and then the modern one of the newer creator sets. So yeah, there's no. The town plan ran from 55 to 59, back when Lego sets were around for 4 years.
It was a cutting edge toy.
It was. The terrace house with garage, 1972. The holiday home, 1983. I remember that one. I never had it, but I remembered always wanting it. And honestly, I've always wondered how they did this feature here. The umbrella or the thing hanging down here. I've never actually looked into how they did that.
I still want one of those trees.
Yeah, the cypress trees.
Tall, wispy, yeah.
Yeah. I have one and it's warped.
Oh.
So, Poolside Paradise, 1992. The Family House in 2013. So not really that modern. The Modern House in 2024. This one I kind of still want.
It's very square, though.
It's modern.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have all those parts in your collection.
I probably do. Fine.
Probably. I'm just saying, you could just download the instructions and build it.
All right, and so I placed an order on, I think I said on Monday, and I got the gift of purchase at the time, which was the Jack-o'-lantern thing or the ghost. I forget what it was. Anyways, whatever the last one was. And the next day, Tuesday morning, this ad pops up that says that one is now ended, and now the Disney Classic Animation scene is available. And I'm like, should I have waited for an extra day to get this one instead of the other one? Probably, but I didn't realize. But anyways, the gift of purchase is now available at the Lego shop. It's available till November 19th with $130 purchase or more while supplies last. The set was originally available at the Disney store with the same price requirements, so 130 US, which works out to 170 Canadian. So yeah. The 270 piece set features a retro TV with Fantasyland Castle. We've already talked about this anyhow. We've talked about this last week, but it's now available. Comes with Woody and comes with Simba as well. So anyway. All right, next up we have a new set announcement, which really isn't much of a new set announcement because it's the new factory set unveiled for the factory in Hungary, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Nyíregyháza. Anyway, so every time that they create a commemorative set for for every. I won't say that. I should rephrase that. This is the second time that they've created a set based on one of the factories for the employees in the factory. First one being the Vietnam factory earlier this year. Sorry, hold on. I'm just rereading this now. Models of the factories are often produced to celebrate the opening expansion. is the second. Oh, this is the second such set in 2025. I was going to say, I thought there was more of them. I reread that. I read that incorrectly. Obviously, I don't reread these. I don't pre-read these articles before we talk. But anyway. All right, the sets are only distributed to factory employees and sometimes those involved in their construction, but they are nonetheless interesting. So at some point next year or the year after, there will be a factory set for the new American factory that they're opening up. So, all right, and on to now the new sets. We have some Minecraft sets announced today, which is interesting. I was just quickly refreshing my browser. Well, it's interesting-ish.
Oh, look, it's another square thing.
There is some, like, I have to say, some of these had a good part count for the price, considering. But there is a new piece. There is a new container. So remember the old mailbox pieces that had the door that kind of folded down on the front? The mailboxes or the little side containers. Hold on, I have some right here. I just have to find it. This thing. These guys with the door that drops down. I should probably just pull it off. And this guy.
Yeah. I have a bunch of those in a drawer. Yeah.
So the new Minecraft set has a similar variation where it's a lid now. So it's a hinged lid that opens and closes, which is kind of interesting. And it's in a few of the sets. At least I've seen it in one of the 3 sets so far. The chicken farm. Here's one of them here in the Pale Garden. This one's got some sand green and light gray in it. It could be a decent set for parts. I don't know. I mean, technically, you want basic brick. Minecraft's almost the better place to go these days to get some of those things, right?
True.
Because they do use a lot more brick than anything else. Another one here in the Zombie Dungeon set. Again, I don't know much about Minecraft, so forgive me. And then the Fox set. This one's actually kind of interesting. I was watching Jang. He was doing a review of the photos on Lego's website, and you can see the fox has an open-eyed face and a closed-eyed face, and they've actually kind of done something interesting. This whole front piece here just lifts off and rotate, like you turn it 180 degrees and drop it back down, and suddenly you have the sleeping face. Like you can easily switch the faces, so you don't have to rebuild the model. You just kind of flip one piece around. Here's the picture of it here, so you can pull it off and switch it around. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then there's a mini biome set, just kind of showing off all the different biomes in Minecraft, with a few of the little tiny micro scale figures as well. Again, it could be an interesting parts pack, maybe. And last but not least, I believe this is the last one, the Wither battle. Don't know what the Wither is, but it's battling. And that's it for that. Okay, let's get away from that boring stuff. Sorry, Minecraft fans, that just doesn't do much for me. All right, so we had Goonies, Lego Ideas Goonies set was announced this week as well. And along with that is the gift with purchase, which is the Walsh's Attic, which doesn't really come with anything necessary exclusive other than the prints on some of the, like, the sticker sheets and stuff, and I think a few of these parts are printed. The Goonies logo here is this is the only place you can get it. It is a printed piece as well, as far as I know. So it's an interesting gift of purchase. I'd say it's better than the last one they had with the one that they offered with the aquarium, or the one that they're going to offer with the aquarium for sure. So I mean, if I was buying the Goonies set, I would definitely probably buy it the first few days to get the gift for purchase. But yeah, so it's an interesting little set, and it comes with the parents, the Walshes. So that goes well. It's like 2 figures that you don't get in the other set, so that's kind of handy. And speaking of the other set, the Goonies ship was officially announced as well, which is a cutaway on the back showing basically the entire story of the movie through all the cave systems and stuff and all the traps that they have, and then eventually getting into the boat. And it kind of, like I said, it kind of flows through, and as you go through the model, kind of following the steps, you end up being ejected out of the back end by a slide, which I'm just trying to see if there's a picture of that. Is there going to show me a picture of the slide or the front of the boat? Anyways, the slide's here, and then you can kind of play with the figs and have them come around and see the boat again as the story happens. So there's some interesting features in here, at least interesting if you're not bored out of your mind. Just bugging you, Matt.
This is yet another example of an 80s cultural phenomenon that Matt did not see as a teenager. So I didn't see the Goonies until I was like 30.
Yeah.
So I lived in a small town, and unless my parents drove me to the movie theater, I didn't have streaming content, and I just never saw Goonies. It's same thing with Ghostbusters. I did not see Ghostbusters when it came out.
That's bad.
I didn't see Ghostbusters till I was almost 40.
I didn't see Ghostbusters for when I first came out, but I did watch it on VHS later, because I had older siblings who they went and rented the machines and the tapes and stuff.
So I get that for a lot of people it has like nostalgia. It calls back. And for me, that's Star Wars. That's Jaws. Like those sets definitely tap into my childhood, but this has no personal. I
get it. And I was just bugging you about because you didn't seem to be interested. I just assumed you didn't like the movie.
Well,
what is that?
This is. I was given this as a birthday gift. It's a.
Oh, FO. You know what FO stands for, right?
No, what does it stand for?
I'm not going to say it out loud. FO. Anyways.
F around and find out. But you're supposed to test the light kit by connecting it to this thing. So that's why I was taking my glasses off to make sure.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. I'm just, like I said, I'm just bugging you.
It's fine.
So yeah, it has, all the features from the movies and the scenes. I haven't watched the movie in a while, but there's the rocks that can tumble down when you go through part of the area, which is controlled by the little switch on top of the ship. And you turn the wheel to bring the rocks back up. The organ is actually kind of cool. Because in the scene, if you hit the wrong key, parts of the floor drop away. So they have done that as well in here. And then if you hit one of the keys in particular, it then drops down this panel on the side. Okay. I don't think they show it. There's a skeleton key you find in the room prior, and then you come in here and you put the skeleton key on the wheel and turn it, and it opens up a trap door. It's got a whole bunch of fun things. There is a scene where they're sliding down, or they cut the I can't think of the big guy's name right now. My apologies. He cuts through the sail like they're coming to rescue everybody, and they've got the feature of you can kind of pull the characters down the sail. Of course, it does put a big line down the middle of your sail, so not really a very great pirate ship sail if you wanted to buy the set for that. Anyways, it looks like a fun-filled. It's got a lot of action in it. Kids will probably enjoy it. Well, even though it's geared towards the adults will probably enjoy it as well.
See the play features you just ran through. I would have no idea. I saw the movie 15 years ago, and I wouldn't remember that even happened in the movie. So
I watched Jane Brick's review of it, and he had just watched the movie, so I just absorbed as much as I could because it's quicker than me, watching a 10-minute video than me watch the whole movie again.
Yep.
But anyway,
you cheated, Jeff.
No, I was just being efficient. Anyways, all right. Next up that's it for sets. That's it for that type of stuff. New Elementary did do a review of the Tropical Aquarium. And remember last week I was like, I know there's two different fin parts in here.
Yes,
I was wrong. It was just the angle the picture was taken at that made it look like there was turned. It was like I looked at it later. It was this fin here on the seaweed. That if you look at it from the wrong angle, it looks like it curves sideways.
Okay.
But it's just the nature, like here, this piece here, you can kind of see it a bit better now. It just, to me, it looks like it's curved sideways versus being curved down outward. And it threw me off.
Next, on Canadian Brick Builders, optical illusions.
Optical illusions, yes. exactly. So I think they actually talk about some of the parts here. There is a thing about the fin. Oh yeah, they had many different variations of the fin when they were designing it, all different shapes and sizes. But they came out with the final one being this style here, and then there's a little bit of maths you can do. Like the fin does follow the 3x
system.
It's in system. Yeah, if it's the curve of the three long curve slope. They also gave some transparent broom pieces in here as well, which is pretty cool, and the light blue ones as well. I don't know what you'd use transparent blue pieces for, honestly, or transparent broom parts. But someone will come up with something ingenious. And we looked at this stuff last week, so I'm not gonna. Oh, here's the actual parts that they've kind of added in. Wait, there's a windscreen? Huh?
What?
The Leaf Botanical. What other elements have you worked on? Oh, this is the designer, or the element designer. These are the parts that this guy's worked on. Okay. So, yeah, that's not really... I was like, wait, all these parts are in here? That does not make sense. But anyway, it does now because I just had to read the article. And also, they did a review of the Goonies ship as well. Obviously, all the figs are new, and there's some prints. There is one new piece that's being introduced in this set.
Yeah.
Other than the new sails and stuff, and I'm sorry, there's more than one new piece, but most of the pieces are like minifigure parts, like hats and stuff that are being introduced. But there is this new arch, which is a 1x2x3 1x3x2 arch, which is basically the exact same as the 6 wide arch that we have, only cut in the middle. So I've been actually hoping for this type of an arch for a while because they haven't actually had this curve.
Nice.
So they now have it. And they compare it against some of the other arches that they had. This was our previous one that we had, which just was not the right shape. Yeah, so there's the regular 1x2x6, 1x6x2 arch for reference. And it fits basically all the curves as you would expect. For the most part, at least, it's there's a few little gaps here I'm seeing, but I think that's just this one.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Yeah, not in system. And 4 of them together will give you a perfect 4x4 round. So, I mean, to me, I'm looking at that going, if those are black arches, and you want to do manhole covers or something, well, that's probably a pretty big manhole cover. No, not really. Anyways, so yeah, it's an interesting part, and it also matches perfectly as well with the inverted version of that slope, of that as well. Then there's hats and some printed key parts, skeleton key in the map. There's also some recolors, the train base, the half train base in brown.
I've never held that in my hand, that piece.
It's been in a few colors, and black mainly, but
okay.
Because it's like literally half of for the train wagons and stuff. But they've been using it in some of the city vehicles also to do the drop for like a transport truck trailer.
I just I mean, like, I don't buy a lot of train sets, so maybe I would have seen it, but yeah, but I do buy, like collections of used parts. I've never come across that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, trains don't sell that well unless it's Christmas. We already gone over that too. So
yes.
So yeah, the arches and a red glove or a fist in red, which is used for Data's arm piece or his boxing glove thingy that he built. Because Data,
where the alien chest burster comes out. I see.
Yeah, that's where the alien. They couldn't put the alien head on it, so they just put a boxing glove instead. And Hermione's hair. I think it's Hermione's hair.
Is that a new mold? It looks like an existing mold.
It is an existing mold. They're saying it's back from the past.
Okay.
It's the Scarlet Witch mold from 2016. So it hasn't been used in a while. And then like only 4 stickers, which is actually pretty interesting. Pretty
modest.
Yeah. I mean, you can't complain really with that.
Oh, we can still complain.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of printed parts either. So, I mean, there are probably, but anyways. And then there's all the characters. So, but that is the news.
Wow.
And I think the
right.
video game just
Good night,
stopped.
everybody. Oh.
That really did not. That scene transition did not do much, did it?
That's a great photo, though.
Oh yeah.
That's a sharp looking.
Yeah, Lego posted a bunch of castle and space images on their on the. Actually, you can download it from the. You could download it from the Insider page for free. You could just download the different packs.
Okay.
I'll see if I can get another one here. Well, that's not it, but I do love this picture.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Come have some ice cream from the Black Falcons, and meanwhile they're kind of hiding in behind, waiting to attack.
That's not very nice.
No, it's not at all. Why is my mouse stopped working? Oh, there we go. Next desktop background. Yeah, okay. You know, it's probably just easier for me to go to my background folder and just show you all of them. That would be the easiest way to do it. Assuming I remember where they are. Oh, found it.
That looks like it's attached to an overhead cam or something.
Which?
Just that blue base plate.
What
it's
looks
like in my mind, like over to your one side, you've got like an overhead cam that shows like something you're working on.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through all the different pictures I have for backgrounds because I will get there eventually. I actually say I saw this piece of Lego in Billund?
I believe so.
Yeah, on the back of the. Anyways, I've had that picture in my desktop since I built the Lego campus, and anyway. All right, let's get to the actual pictures, which are, of course, at the very end, probably. Oh, here we go. So yeah, there was a castle pack that had all 5 characters,
okay,
but also one together, and they all had say castle behind it. So you got Black Falcons and the Forest Men and the Lion Knights and the Wizard Dude and the Wolf Pack, and then there were space versions, which I do love the space versions. You got black and Blacktron helmet open, Blacktron helmet closed, blue space, white, gray space, which doesn't even exist because we don't have the helmet.
Nope.
Oh wait, do we have? No, we don't have the air tank. Sorry. So that's a lie. Green space, orange space, pink space, red space, white space, yellow space, and that's it. So yeah. But let me unshare that now. There we go. And let's go back to a more pleasant view. Middle of the 6th, no scores changed.
Yeah. It's been very stable.
Very interesting. So yeah, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't have anything prepared.
Well, I'm not saying what. Do you have your presentation ready, Matt? I mean, like, come on, horrible student.
I mean, the next, for me personally, like one of the things that I'm kicking around is I have this unfinished room in my basement, and like seeing Cowdice move his stuff around, and one of the things I was chatting with somebody at our Atlanta show about, like hanging drywall, because it has stud walls in my basement, but there's no drywall. And I was saying, well, maybe I should hang some drywall. And one of the local folks in my lug said, well, you don't really need drywall. He's like, you could just go buy some like cheap paneling at Home Depot.
Paneling, yeah.
And if you just want walls, you just want to cover the studs, you could hang that up, and you could just put like some basic carpet down. And because now the basement is heated and cooled, which it wasn't before. So when we replaced our HVAC last summer, so now it's climate controlled, so I could work and it wouldn't be super hot or super cold. And I could put all of my Lego and all of my Star Wars stuff in one space. So it could be Matt's man cave, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I think that's an amazing idea.
I mean, you've got your basement. I mean, it seems like from what we see on your camera that you've got the bulk of the basement is your Lego space.
Well, yeah, because I mean, my house is 60 feet by 25 in length, and I'm choppy right now because I pulled up the new house plan, so I apologize for that. We'll get rid of that as soon as possible. Also, because the baseball game is running, sharing that screen, but yeah, so my basement, the wall behind me here, my furnace kind of sits there. That's why the ductwork is right over my head. And that's basically the only area that doesn't have Lego in it necessarily.
Okay.
So the Lego room, I mean, I've shown this view before. I'm just turning the camera just slowly. Like the Lego room, like there's room in the back there. The back area is my storage area for most of my show prep stuff. And then there's also a room on the left side of that is, was a gaming area for my kids, but they don't use it that much. So I also have some stuff stored in there, and I have all my modulars in that back room. So the reason why it's not opened up completely though is because there's a concrete wall between.
Okay.
So, but I do have this beautiful metal beam going through here, which made this room very easy to open up, which was nice. Okay, let me just show you this quickly because it's slowing down my computer.
This week on Canadian Brick Builders Home Improvement.
Home improvement, yeah, pretty much. Let's go to this view. So I actually made a lot of progress on my house design. So this is part of the seeing Dave do this as well, or Dave redo his house. And when my girlfriend and when my kids get a little older, we'll probably move in together. We're 2 hours apart right now, so we'll probably buy a house or buy some land and build a house. So we've been looking at floor plans online, and we saw this one, and it's just kind of got my interest. It was originally a plan that was basically one story with a loft above it, or with like an office space on the top. But it did have the option of having a basement. So I said, hey, why not? I'm going to do that. So I basically have built this as on a sloping lot type thing. So pretty basic house, garages, and then on the back, I've put another 2-car garage in the back. That will be where a trailer would sit, which would give me access to a Lego room in the basement, so I wouldn't have to carry stuff upstairs. That's really my biggest issue with doing big layouts, is that you have to carry stuff over the different levels. But the problem I have with this is, and hopefully this will speed up my computer a bit, the basement floor plan, I actually have added 6 feet into the width of this building, because the basement floor plan, this area is garage, that's the staircase, and this is the top level garage, so that's all dead space, and this is the garage that I have in the basement with a sample trailer inside. But there's not a lot of room for a Lego room. Like this is now, I think this space in here is now 26 feet or so. But it's not a huge space. Like it doesn't really get me much more room than in here. I mean, that being said, there's no floor plan in this basement, so I can do whatever. I could make, this other half of the house, basically storage for parts, and this half display room and build area or something like that, right? But it's one of those things of the house. We both love the look of this house and the design of the house that we saw in the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it will give me the ultimate Lego room,
well,
if you will.
I mean, the fact that it slopes in the back, are you already looking at a piece of land, or would you want a piece of land that has that kind of slope?
We would want a piece of land that has a slope in the back.
Okay, so you're like you're kind of choosing the house before you have the land.
Yeah, well, because honestly, we can't buy the land right now because land's really expensive, and there's not a lot for sale, and we don't have money to put down on the land because, because it's
pricey.
Well, yeah, because it's land is expensive.
So basically, you're sort of hoping a recession comes up and drops.
No, this is the wrong tab.
Uh-oh.
There we go. So this is the house I just showed, like just the non-Lego version, right? And I mean, on the back, it's actually done as just a 1 level or as a 2 level there's the pool in the back type thing. So I've designed extra on it, like to drop it down and stuff.
Okay.
But there was another floor plan we had seen. Like I mentioned to my girlfriend the other day, it's like, oh, you stopped. Like we used to on Facebook, you'd get the odd floor plan up, and now that we've looked at enough of them, we're getting more of them, obviously. And she actually found another floor plan, which I'm just trying to get it all into the same frame here, which similar amenities, but this area across here is like 36 feet.
How many studs
right?
would that be?
Sorry, how many studs?
Yeah.
36 studs if I built it in Lego form. But like this type of floor plan gives me a lot more space. Even though it's probably it's probably similar square footage than what we had in the other one.
Yep.
But the problem is I don't like the look of this house. Like when I look at the exterior of this house, it just looks horrible. And I know you can design your own exterior.
Oh my!
You can it's ugly, right?
That's bad.
It is, but I mean, the thing is with houses, you can make it a modern exterior. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. Like it doesn't change necessarily the floor plan. But yeah, the house looks horrible. Yeah. But she had originally just sent me this floor plan, and I was like, wow, yeah, that would give a lot of space. And there isn't. This is a one-story home. There isn't a staircase area in here. But I'm like, okay, well, home gym gone, which is just kind of in this area here. Could probably put a staircase, like a wrap around 2-level or bi-level, split level staircase in there. And I'm pretty sure we can find room in the basement for a home gym. But yeah, that's the thing. Like I love the look of one house. And again, I'm building it just because it gives me something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So when I was 15, my parents built a house. My dad and I built a house from the ground up in Michigan. And this was pre, computer technology. I mean, they were laptops, but they weren't easy to use. But we bought basically, we were going to buy a home kit from like a hardware store, like Lowe's, and like you pay the money and like they bring out all the joists and the 2x4s and but before we bought it, he went in and sat down with somebody who probably had like an early AutoCAD. And it's like, okay, we want to move this wall over 1 foot.
Yeah.
We want to push this. And, so you had a basic floor plan, but there was some flexibility within structural limits. Obviously, you couldn't have, you don't want something sagging. So, you had to have a beam running down the basement ceiling, such. But we got it. And like, my dad and I framed in the house in the summer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He didn't. Yeah. He was a contractor. He let his contract run out, and it was eye-opening going through that process. And so, one of the things that came up because we were physically building it, and I'm quite sure Jeff's not going to be out there with a hammer, But
you know what? Honestly, I would love to.
Would you? Okay.
I would. I'm not physically fit enough to build a house, but I would love to help.
Well, I was not excited about it because I was a giant nerd and I just wanted to read books. And so I had to like hammer. And I was a unwilling, participant in some respects.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot. I learned like how we did the wiring, we did the plumbing. I hung, my sister and I hung like almost all the insulation that was in the walls. And I also learned that I wanted to pay somebody else to do that in the future.
Yeah.
But so anyways, to my point was this, we would be like setting things up and my dad would call my mom and he'd say like, come in, I need you to make a choice. And she'd come in and he'd say, okay, well, we're going to put in the light switch for the kitchen. Do you want the light switch by the door? So you're coming in from the outside and you would flip on the light, or do you want the light switch at the top of the stairs where you're going to turn and walk in the kitchen? And, there were just little decisions that had to be made about the placement of certain things.
Yeah. There's so much, right?
And for the most part, we were happy with our choices, but then once we finished and we moved in and we were living there, my mother's like, oh, I wish I told you to put the light switch over here. And there's just no substitute for lived experience. And you can try to forecast it as much as possible. You're still going to probably make at least one or two decisions where you're like, oh, I wish I chose differently.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I'm not sure how accurate this information is. We have hypocritical hater official
What?
asking if we've heard of the new Pitch Perfect sets.
I know.
The Fat Amy figures. So Pitch Perfect is a movie series that's got three movies, I believe now. I think they might be working on a fourth.
Okay.
But the last movie was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's I don't see Lego making a Pitch Perfect group of sets, but anyways, I don't know. Well, time will tell. We're probably a few weeks away from finding out what the sets are. So
maybe on all the Pitch Perfect forums, they're already leaked, but we're not on those forums, so we don't know.
Maybe that is possible. I'm quickly looking at Instagram as we're talking here, just trying to see if there's any 2026 Lego type stuff.
You know, it's been quiet lately. For a while on Instagram, it seemed like Lego leaks pages were always ahead of the official announcements.
Yeah, they shut them all down.
I don't think I've seen a Lego leaks announcement in a long time.
No, I mean we still get them, but
it seems less frequent, maybe.
It seems less frequently, yes. And I mean there are some very bad, I think the other thing is there's a lot of digital or a lot of AI type content now too, which I mean maybe that Pitch Perfect thing is AI, who knows? Again, it's quite possible that it's coming out. I just haven't heard of it. You're building a cheese. Oh, this is the non-Lego set.
This is the farm, and this is the cheese making area, I guess.
Cheese making area.
Very cheesy.
Yeah, I'd make a comment, but cheese making. No, I don't know.
Who cut the cheese?
Exactly. We only cut the cheese here. That's Lego news. I'm just trying to see if there's. I have a web page here, Lego sales. Where's that one? Sales. There's a few pages I'm just kind of checking as we're talking. Oh, it's under Lego Ideas. But there hasn't been... Was there a Lego Ideas Pitch Perfect set? Maybe. Okay.
Since I'm not a fan, it could have been announced and I would but completely not paid any attention.
Well, but tomorrow is the announcement of the 6 Lego Idea sets.
This is true. Maybe it
right?
is.
So now I'm like, what are the...
Now you're questioning reality.
Well, I'm curious as to what... hold on, let me throw this back up as a share. So Civil Engineering, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Power Rangers, Book Nook, Medieval Knight, Coraline, Taylor Swift, Jellyfish, Portal 2, Gilmore Girls, Love Enlighten Me. Oh, Gilmore Girls is the one that Nick built. So Peter Rabbit, Disney, Muppets, Griswold. I'm just looking through the list here. I don't see Pitch Perfect yet. Golden Girls, but that's nowhere near Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, those girls couldn't sing on pitch.
Yeah, there is not a Pitch Perfect one listed here.
I guess we'll find it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll know tomorrow. I mean, it is quite possible that there is something that they're announcing. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to.
When you were over in Billund, you didn't get all the inside dope. Come on.
I did not know. Even though I was in Billund on the day, on one of the days they were revealing the sets, I was not actually, in the room. I wasn't in the room where it happened. So
I'm impressed that you knew that Hamilton reference. Good.
I watched it once, maybe twice. So yeah, I'd watch it again. It was good. We keep on going to the full screen, Matt. There. So yeah. So Matt's building non-Lego sets, which fine, that's cool. How's the product quality?
It's competitive, frankly.
Yeah.
So this is the second Fun Hole, or as they now call themselves, Lumi Brick set. And one of my fellow AFOLs, I had looked at a few of them because, they've got some decent designs. I clicked and looked, but I hadn't bought anything. And
yeah,
I was over at his house and he had bought 3 because they had a sale.
Okay.
And he showed me and I touched the bricks and I'm like, they're heavy. They're not they don't feel light and cheap like some other knockoffs. I bought some knockoff dinosaurs from China just to see because the dinosaurs are really expensive.
Yeah.
Basically, when you buy a Lego dinosaur set, half of it's the dinosaur, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they charge a lot. And so I was like, I'll try these cheap, these knockoff dinosaurs. And the knockoff dinosaurs just felt thin, lightweight, not solid.
Yeah.
I was not impressed. Let's just say I did not want to buy more of them. I just kind of gave it a fly on Temu. But
Yep.
but when I touch these, the weight and the quality is quite similar.
Yeah.
They do have a couple of things that are better, or I don't know if say better, but so I'll show you. They have parts with notches, so if you got to run wiring,
Oh yeah.
you can squeeze it in there. And
Yeah.
since Lego doesn't make lighting kit sets, so for example, this is a tile.
Yeah.
But the
With
edges
notches.
are notched, so you
Yeah.
can slide wires underneath. So there's
it,
definitely a few things here. The minifigures are just butt ugly.
Yeah, and that was one of because they can't copy the minifigures.
Correct.
Because Lego will sue. Like Lego has patents beyond patents on those things.
Yes.
So yeah, I know that's definitely one of the things that are.
But when you consider the price per piece, and you get the lighting kit included,
Yeah.
and it's less than it would be a piece, per piece for any Lego set. It's a very attractive price.
Yeah.
The fact that you like lighting, it's even more attractive. And so, it's at some point, I think they may get to the point where they start cutting into Lego's profit margin, because they're selling their kits for almost half the price of Lego kit. And, and then you get the lighting. So it's maybe they're selling it for like 40% off. And frankly, they're no longer just stealing Lego designs.
Yeah,
they're no longer
they have their own
stealing Eiffel designs. They have original stuff. So my biggest objection to the knockoff companies was they were stealing Eiffel work and not giving any credit. And I don't know if they just hired some of their own designers, but they have original builds, and they're pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I know Jason Alvin has worked with some of those companies now.
Okay.
Originally, they stole his ideas, and then they came back and, I don't know if it's the same company, but then others have actually asked him to do stuff, to do some designs for them, or asked if they could use his design. So yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I still keep all my Lego is segregated, so I never mix the other companies' bricks.
Yeah, when that's I have some clone bricks here in my collection, but again, segregated. It's a little tiny corner in the room here, in one of the little drawer systems that I have. But I have some old, some original style, sandbags and stuff from Dan Siskind and stuff. I have some leaves that are knockoff leaves that one of our friends, Steve Borelli, was creating in different colors years ago.
Yeah, I have some orange ones that I bought at Brick World. Somebody had 3D printed them or something, or not 3D.
Yeah. I'm now Google searching Lego Pitch Perfect just to see. But everything I'm seeing is custom. So
I would say the hardest thing about building these Lumibrick set is that when you build it, you have to fit in the wiring, and I'm not used to doing that as a Lego builder. So it's it's annoying. You have to slot it in, and sometimes the tolerance is pretty tight. And so occasionally it's slightly irritating, but I don't think of that as being part of the build process normally.
I just saw this and I forgot all about this. 2020, Anna Kendrick, who's one of the stars of Pitch Perfect, reveals her social distancing Lego obsession.
Nice.
There you go. That's the closest I've seen so far to Lego and Pitch Perfect. So
Jeff's preliminary answer is no.
Well, I mean, I haven't found any leaks for it as of yet. So, like I said, it's quite possible. I don't know. I don't see any
evidence.
I would say credible source, maybe, other than hypocritical hater here saying it. But anyway.
Yeah, if this turns out to be true, we're gonna have to hunt down whoever hypocritical hater is and pump them for what other secrets they.
Yeah, what else is coming? What else is coming?
Come on, Hypocritical. Spill the beans. What else do you know? What else do you know?
And now I'm just doing a quick Instagram search for Lego Pitch Perfect. Because I mean, Instagram seems to be the place where things get leaked. What were you saying?
I will admit to feeling some pangs of regret. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of going up there for Bricks and the Six, and I wish I was coming back up again. I had a a I really enjoyed
because you're going to be missing out. Yeah, we're like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's not. It's about 3 weeks, and there's a part of me that really wishes I was going up, and but it costs money, and we have to make choices. So.
Yeah, it's actually 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, I'll already be there. So we might have a chat in 2 weeks.
Okay.
We'll have to figure that out. I don't know if Dave can host that day because he's not coming either.
Well, and I would think a chunk of the viewership will be there anyway. So.
Yeah, this is true too. So, I usually go up early on the Wednesday to help them set up and stuff. It also allows me to get my stuff loaded in a little earlier a bit too. But
Jeff just wants to take out all the prime locations. We know the truth.
It's funny though. This year, there's a soccer dome, like a sports field.
Okay.
Behind the venue, behind the hotel.
Okay.
And we're in the sports field. Yeah. So they, it's an inflated dome, so it's pressurized.
Yeah.
And there's in order to keep the pressure in, they have a revolving door. And Callum, one of the floor plan, the guy who does the floor plans, he was like, yeah, so we took measurements of how big of something you can fit through the door.
Yeah.
And my large castle bins will not fit through that door.
Oh dear.
But they do also have they have a loading door.
Okay.
Or they have an emergency exit type door as well. But if that's open, because it's not revolving, it doesn't keep the pressure in. So if you open it for a minute, you have to keep it closed for 5 or something like that, so the pressure can rebuild.
That is.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure.
Jeff single-handedly collapses the dome. That would be
collapses the dome. Yeah, agreed. But hello, Axel. Welcome. We're just, I guess, shooting the shit, if you will.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, because we've already talked about the news, and we were just talking about possible rumors about a Lego Pitch Perfect set. But that, again, I don't see anything happening with that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's funny though, because when I type in I'm just sharing this for a minute. When I type in Lego Pitch Perfect in Instagram, one of the pictures that's coming up is my castle.
What?
I don't understand why. There's a bunch of these things, and like Brixie, that's one of the Canadian artists, but that's my castle. So I don't know.
Surprising. Unless
someone hyped in perfect or something, like as a comment or something that it picked up.
But it seems,
or it's just feeding me what I want to see. I don't know.
So that very first picture in the top left.
This.
Yeah, click on that. That popped up in my Instagram today, and I shared it, and I thought that was really fun. That one of the the lugs did a spookify an existing Lego set. So we did this in Atlanta where we said make something Christmassy, and bring it to a meeting. But I thought that was a really fun idea to go on the Halloween.
On the Halloween, yeah, it's kind of cool. Some group called Torah Lug.
I've never heard of them.
No, I've never heard of them either. And then there's just some really bad tasting type of things too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
I know that guy.
Yeah, well, I know 3 of those guys. What is this one though? Oh, 2020. Okay, anyway. So yeah, and literally for the past 20 minutes as we've been chatting, I've been doing screen refreshes of the pages just to see if anything new is dropping, because that has happened to us in the past. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the baseball game, but it's right there.
Well, the baseball game is right there. Yeah, I'm going to switch back off to, or turn off the share screen. Yes, we're watching the baseball game at Axel as well. If my mock won't fit, will other people's mocks fit? Yeah, there's a few people that will have to come in through the doors. Like my cart won't even fit through like the dolly I have because it's already 40 inches long also, and I think there was a 31-inch width or length. But did we switch to winter time? No, our daylight savings time is actually happening this weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, so I remember next show that you're starting at a different time than we are because we don't switch for. No, we switch
November 3rd. We switch at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And yeah, no news yet on 2026 sets. There is a teaser for the biggest Lego Ideas announcement coming out tomorrow. We're guessing 6 sets are going to be announced. That's a guess based on some of the math. It's like decoding one of the Taylor Swift songs. There's 6 designers talking about the biggest one ever, and there's 6 of them, so maybe there's 6 sets. Or it's just the biggest set or the largest set or largest piece count. Who knows? But yeah, new sets hopefully will come out in the next week or so. Or will start being announced in the next week or so. If not, it'll be a boring chat again. Not to saying this is boring, just saying. Yeah, Europe has already switched to daylight savings, or to not daylight savings time. They are now just, what's the opposite of DST? Savings? No. I forget what the opposite is.
I don't know. Regular? Unleaded? No.
Opposite of daylight savings. I've been Googling this. Oh, standard time. Okay, they just call it standard time. That makes sense.
Okay. Yes, it does.
I just kind of was like, wait a minute, what's the word? So
yeah, it's so one of the hat companies I follow, the man that runs it is Austrian, and he does a hat chat, and he does it at 1:30 Eastern U.S. time, and sometimes he's in Austria, and sometimes he's in Connecticut. So there's this. They have a U.S. location and a European location.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he just randomly travels between 2 cities, but okay, that makes sense.
Well, there's a reason. So I don't want to get too in the weeds, but for certain hat designs, there's only a license to sell them in North America, but there isn't a license to sell them in Europe.
Okay.
So New Era, which is based in Buffalo, they have the rights to make, say, certain U.S. college teams in the U.S. market or the Canadian market too.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to sell them in Europe.
Okay.
So if New Era, which New Era is the foundation hat that they use. So he had to set up a North American store, physical store, so that he could sell U.S. college hats only in the U.S. Then there's sometimes European exclusives, like maybe English Premier League, that he can sell in Austria and anywhere in Europe, but he can't sell it. What?
Look below you.
Woo!
5-1 Toronto. Sorry, I just noticed. Yeah, so he has the Australian location, so he can sell with different licensing agreements.
Correct. So he has a chat every Monday at 1:30, but this Monday he posted and said, well, Europe is gone. He's on Central European time. And he's like, we've done our hour shift. And so he said, instead of it being at 1:30, sorry, there's a gnat.
I saw it flying. Yeah.
He's like, instead of it being at 1:30, it's going to be at 12:30. And so like people logged on and he goes, oh, I'm sorry. It's the other direction. It'll be at 2:30. So everyone was like, where's the chat? Like, where's he? Because he unveils like the new hats that are going up for that week. And
I was goofed up because I'm working this Sunday not because of the daylight saving time. I was supposed to work last Sunday.
Okay.
Because we need to restart some servers. And someone had said, well, next week, the week after, November 3rd, we're already going to be online anyhow to do the daylight savings time stuff because there's some stuff that has to be paused for the hour.
Okay.
Just so that it doesn't, because it falls back, so the hour repeats itself. So we have to pause it literally.
Okay.
Just to make sure it only runs once.
You have to manually like turn it on, turn it off.
Well, not manually, virtually, but yeah.
But you have to be logged on. You have to be logged on.
And they were talking about it. In my head, it was like that we're going from like at 2:00, it goes to 3:00. I'm like, wait, I have a process that runs at 2:15. It's not going to run, so I'm going to need to do this. And then someone's like, after like 5 minutes of me explaining what I needed to do, someone's like, Jeff, I'm like, yeah. Why do you need to start it at 2? Why do you need to start writing it afterwards? And I'm like, well, because it's going till 2 to 3. And they're like, no, Jeff, it's going back. It's going from at 2 o'clock. It's going back to 1 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I'm done talking now. Ignore everything I just said.
Delete, unsend, unsend.
Yes. Sorry, you said delete and unsend. When I first started working at the company, for the record, I've been at this company for 28 years. When I first started working, within my first 2 years, we had an issue with some data or whatever that I had sent out in an email, and I was trying to write the email quickly, and autocorrect was turned on, and I am horrible at spelling, and I sent out an email apologizing for the issues, for the inconvenience of what happened, and spell checker kicked in, and I sent it an email that said, sorry for the incontinence.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh God.
Oh boy.
And it was just like, huh. I still don't check my emails well enough, or my text messages. You know, I've sent many text messages where voice to text just picks up something completely different than what you said.
Oh yeah.
So, but
I all the time will post stuff on my Facebook where I just type it out and I just hit post, and then I edit it after I post it.
Yeah.
And anytime I just post something, I'm probably re-logged in and I'm fixing and changing things. So I joke that I really shouldn't do this, but it's just the way I am. Like I just like post and then edit. It's probably a bad idea, but I do it.
Oh, here's a good one, Axel. Do we have a list of sets that we want for Christmas? Matt, is there anything that you actually want? Like, is the stuff not necessarily for Christmas even, but just...
Yeah, there's a couple things. So like I keep a wish list on my phone, and sometimes if there's like a GWP, I'll like pull it up and say, you know, if I have to spend X dollars. But so we got the Lego Christmas catalog mailed to us this week, and Thomas brought the mail in, and he's like, he's like, I love this Christmas tree on the front cover. So then he started flipping, and he went through every single page of the catalog. Yeah. And he gets to the end, and he's like, oh, this Van Gogh set is amazing. He's like, have you seen this? I'm like, of course I've seen it, Thomas. And he goes, and I said, it is on my want list. I haven't purchased it. And he goes, well, don't purchase it. Wink, wink, wink. And I'm like, okay, I won't purchase it. But so on my list, I have the Van Gogh sunflowers, and I really wanted to get the Jazz Club on like a damaged box, but it has just never shown up at my local Lego store because I'm kind of on it. Like elitist, and I bought every single modular except that one. Yeah. The KTSO is a set. The Wicket is a set, and the Ninjago City, the 5th expansion, the robot one, which I'm saying I wouldn't mind having it.
You have them, so
I'm a completist, but I'm not in love with it. What about you?
I'll share something in a couple of seconds. I'm just Axel saying his PAB order arrived. Took about a week. Last order took more than a month. That's crazy.
That's what we need to do. When the air tanks come on, we'll ship them to Axel, and Axel can send them to us.
No, I was having a conversation on the Bricks and Pieces Discord channel today. Yeah, and I in the past 2 days I've mentioned a couple of times that it's really sucky to be Canadian right now because we can't get those parts, and a lot of the parts that are going away in December, we probably won't be able to get. I don't even know if they're available anymore, right? Because we can't view the lists even. I mean, we could change countries and view the lists, sure, but so I was making comments with that, and someone in England said, well, I can ship the parts to you. Like, I don't mind shipping the parts to you in the States, in the US. And I was like, well, that's the thing. I'm in Canada. And they replied, oh, well, then it's even easier. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to say I'm being punished because I'm in Canada type thing. Like, I'd rather just wait. I don't want to have to get people to do favors and stuff. Right. Like, if I don't get the parts, I'll pay a couple extra cents and get them on Bricklink.
If you can reciprocate, I mean, so like if Axel wanted something that was only available in the US, then, you know, you can.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, you know, I got you the.
You're volunteering. You're volunteering, not Axel. No.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're both helping each other out, you're not just asking somebody to do something. So like,
Yeah.
I got you the Target plushie spaceman, which wasn't for sale in Canada because they closed all the Targets up there.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I mean, like people help each other out.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about for the classic Space Spaceman. No, not at all.
Yeah.
I actually got all mine via. Well, you brought some up when the which one? Oh, yeah, because there was some that had come available. What color was that? Was that orange?
I believe it was the orange. Yeah.
Orange one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because I got mine. Yeah, that makes sense. Because my orange one is actually wearing the bandana that a few of us got at Brixton 6 that year, and that was the year you were there. Yeah. So yes, thank you for that. I think I paid you back for that.
I think so. Cowdice paid me with a clear translucent base plate, which I'm very excited about. I need to incorporate that into some kind of build. I want to like use translucent plates and stuff and then project light. I still have to figure out like how I'm going to structure it. But I definitely am excited to do something with that clear base plate.
Fair enough. As for my my wish list, I do keep a list for all the years on Shop at Home. So every year I just create a new one and start adding parts, things to it. Granted, there might be some 2026 stuff in here, but I not necessarily things that I want, but just things that interest me. And yeah, if they came on sale, I would get them. I will probably get these ornaments because I do have a few sets for my family to build at Christmas time. I might get the Santa as well just for that. Okay. Of note, sorry, I forgot to mention, I bought through Costco, I bought the box of collectible Spider-Man figs.
Okay.
And when I opened the package, you already know the story. Oh, no, you weren't there. You weren't there.
No, I ducked out for my hat show.
Oh, okay. When I opened the box, because I split it between 3 people, and when I opened the box, I had 5 of one figure and 1 of another one. Oh. So they were basically side by side, one on top of the other, like in the rows. So they they goofed up packaging or something. I don't know. So I ended up, and I noticed that the Spider-Man figures on the webpage are out of stock for Shop at Home, but I quickly checked on Monday, and they actually had them in stock. So I ordered 16 because I was like, you know what? I haven't seen them in any retail. I haven't seen them in our Walmarts at all. And they were out of stock, so I'm just going to order 16. They're out of stock again, so they were out in stock for maybe a week, maybe. So they're out of stock once again. So that's kind of interesting. That led me to that story, and I'll get those tomorrow. So hopefully, I get the 2 that I need. And there's also some of the smaller sets. The Grogu is kind of cute. I don't know if I'd ever get it. It's just one of those. If it ever gets on sale, maybe I'll get it. There is a tractor that could interest me.
It's downstairs in my Star Wars office.
The Grogu? Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, the Grogu is awesome. I think this just made it a little bit easier to see. The tractor, because it's a tractor, it's $25. This little car, just because it's a car. I don't know. Again, these are like the things that I put in my cart to just fill up space. Tom and Jerry, I have no real desire to get them. I thought they were cute at first, and I haven't bought them yet, so they just got deleted from my list. Same with this, the soapbox racing thing. Probably won't get it. There is a Duplo train bridge on my list.
Train bridge.
We know why.
Yes.
The Shelby Cobra, the vending machine, the Cruella de Vil car. Those are ones I definitely want. The Ford Bronco, all the speed champions for this year, which I have the Lamborghini now at least. Go figure, Medieval Castle. K2SO, same as Matt's. I've got the Animal Crossing sets in here because I am collecting all the figs and selling the parts. More Speed Champions. I have the Force Burner Snow Speeder thingy for that canopy. Soundwave. And I build puzzles, so the butterfly puzzle as well.
I didn't know you built puzzles.
Oh, yeah, I love puzzling. It's one of the things that me and my girlfriend do. When I was a kid, my mom used to love puzzling, so I got the puzzle bug from her.
That's right. When we did a test chat on your Canadian Thanksgiving, you two were building a puzzle. We
were puzzling, yes. So yeah. And like I said, I have a 2024 list as well from last year. So every once in a while I go on and add it and stuff. But Axel saying he got. Oh wait, hold on.
Space magnets.
Space magnets from the insider points. Yeah, there was actually something that's coming available. I think we talked about it last week. There might be another classic space set that might be an insider reward or something.
Okay.
You know what? Let me just have a quick look off screen here, just to see if there's anything in the insider reward center. Thank you for saying insider points. Actually, I'll say, a Ukrainian woman that works at the shop scanned the Spider-Man CMF for me. Very helpful. Well, that's awesome.
No, actually, it's not helpful. It's
well, and then he says helpful. Jeff, did I get any of the Mattel cars? No, although I have seen a few of them, and there are a few that interest me. I have heard that they're very specialized parts, so not necessarily something I'm interested in necessarily. But anyway. And he spelled did wrong, so Dane, I'm checking well today.
Denag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Denag. That's funny. You didn't even get Dane right. Just laughing because it is funny, but
can't even weak swear correctly, right?
Yeah. What's the newest? Yeah, there isn't any classic space stuff yet on here that I can see, but I had heard that there might be some kind of classic space reward at some point. So, anyways, I'm sharing off screen, or not sharing what's on the screen, but just because I was checking quickly. So yeah, 5-1 for the Jays.
Is it final?
No, it's top of the or bottom of the 7th. So LA's up.
2.5 more innings. I could go down and watch the end.
I might do the same. That being said, I think we'll probably end the stream for now. Thank you, Matt, for entertaining the crowd with me. Or entertaining me. I don't know which it is. You will never see a score appear on Canadian Brick Builders again. At least not until next year when the Jays or the Leafs.
Not until Dave guest hosts, and we'll put up a bunch of hockey scores just so we can, because we can.
Davidson's here.
Yeah.
Any scary movies that we're going to watch? No, I'm not into scary movies at all.
So it's funny that you should bring that up. One of my Facebook friends was just saying that they were on a kick of watching scary movies, and they were looking for suggestions. They'd already watched quite a few in the month, and so I do not consider myself to be a fan of like horror, the genre. Like I don't like the Halloween 80s movies, but my husband loves them. So he thinks he likes watching them. He grew up, they were in the theater when he was a kid. So I always say you can watch that when I go play hockey, dear. Like, I don't want to watch that. You can watch all the horror you want when I'm gone. But there are a couple that actually I really like. So Jordan Peele did the Us movie and Nope. I've watched Nope 5 or 6 times. I think it's really good. And there's a caving movie called The Descent, where a team of women are exploring this cave and then it gets horrific. I find it gripping. And so I am at least willing to watch psychological horror. I don't really want to watch like jump scare kind of horror type stuff. So I do watch a little bit of horror. And then the other big thing we like at our house is we're huge Bob's Burgers fan, and so they often will have like a Halloween themed episode.
Well, yeah, there's like the Simpsons Halloween episodes. I've seen a few of those over the years, but
so we'll probably sit down and watch like all of the Halloween episodes, and the next night just go back and watch the old ones because they're fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Top of the 8th now. I put the game up on my other computer or my other screen here.
Was it Axel? Axel? Do you watch any Halloween movies?
Yeah, good question. Or scary pictures, scary movies. There's a few movies that I've watched that I thought, wow, that was just a really just like not disturbing, but just like not. I should have not have watched it just because it was that bad and thereby scary. No.
So one of the movies that I commented and I said, this movie almost gave me nightmares, but it's set in Canada and it's called Backcountry, and it's about these people who go camping in the backcountry. That's the name. I'm not going to say what happens because that would ruin the suspense. But if you want a truly terrifying movie, watch Backcountry. I have no desire to ever watch it again, but it genuinely like left a dent in my psyche. Like, I was like, no, I can't.
I'm not going to watch it. End of story.
Right. Unless you want that to happen, you don't watch this movie.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, I think I've seen that when I was younger.
Oh, that's not scary.
Yeah, that's more.
It's campy.
Yeah, campy. Yeah, good word. I don't watch so much movies. I almost only turn on the TV for football football. Yeah, which is European football, the proper football versus
Foosball. Yes.
versus what the Americans and North Americans call football.
And we follow English Premier League at our house, and it is crazy. The top team won like their first 5 and now has lost the next 5, and so it's like wide open who's going to win the championship.
Oh yeah, okay. Axel does have a good point, Matt. We deal with horror every day. You more so than me.
Yeah, I try not. This is my refuge from the horror show.
So we're not going to talk about the orange brick separator that is in Tower.
I've never heard that one.
I think I've heard someone else say it at some point, so I'm not taking credit for that. But I mean, technically funny. Separating the country, so
that made me laugh. So
there you go. So, but anyways, why don't we call it a night?
All right.
Thank you everybody for coming out and watching us. We will be back next week. Like I said, in a couple of weeks, I'll be heading towards Brixton 6. So I don't know if there'll be a chat. We'll have to see. I'll have to talk to David and see if he can run it, or Matt, maybe you can run it. We'll see.
I mean, honestly,
or we just skip a week.
Just skip a week. Your audience, a lot of your audience is going to be physically present. Just take a week off. So it's
wow. Matt's telling me to take a week off. He wants to do another. He wants to do another hat chat that day.
I don't do it on Wednesday, so it's not for my own. I'm just like, it's okay to let it breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, all right, I'm hitting the button. So thank you, everybody. We will see you next.